everybody, and welcome back again. My name is Steven, and today, before I start today's episode, make sure to check out Surrender at 20. This is where I get all my gaming information and everything I need to know about the good old game of League of Legends. So make sure to check it out. The website is www.surrenderat20.net. But what about the bigger AD carries? Well, let's start off with Caitlyn, shall we? So, first of all, what happened? Well, Caitlyn has had a very changing of her abilities to more synergize with her passive headshot. So headshots deal 50% of your attack damage as bonus damage, which is increased by your critical strike chance and critical strike damage. It deals 250 total damage to minions, and you have doubled range if the enemy is trapped by your W's traps or is netted by your E, which is very fucking blah. And also, Caitlyn's headshots targets she traps or netted. Additionally, she gains a free headshot every 7, 6, and 5 basic attacks, and attacks while in bush count as 2. Meaning, camp your ass in that fucking bush in the bot lane, because you get 2 flipping sacks per basic. Which means at maximum of this, at 5, every 3 autos, you're going to have this open. Well, even at 6, it's 3 autos every time, which is flipping mental. So, what happened? So, AQ has had a bit of a change. It's now more narrow at the first dealing shot, which deals a lot more damage, and then it spreads open to the current Q that we're used to. But it's a lot less. It deals 40% less damage. And it always deals full damage to trapped revealed targets. Next up is a W. A W costs 20 mana. However, this now has a Teemo change to it. So Teemo, as you guys should know, he has a recharge system on his ultimate. Caitlyn now has that on her traps. So she sets traps that an enemy can spring and immobilize them for 2 seconds and revealing them for a short duration. Traps last for 90 seconds, and she may have up to 5 traps at max rank at once. And trapped enemies take up to 50% increased headshots. Increased damage from the headshots, which is fucking mental. And an E has a 75 mana cost, 18, 16, 14, 12, and 10 cooldown. A net, when she fires a net, it knocks Caitlyn backwards as always. The net deals up to 230 damage plus 0.8% of her AP as magic damage, and slows the enemy by 50% for 1 second if hit. Now, the change to this is that E is actually a little bit shorter and narrower, and it moves slower, so it should be a little bit harder to hit, which is not too much of a change, because if you do get hit, fucking hell, she does a lot of damage. And as it ultimates change, it's 100 mana, up to 60-second cooldown. And she takes a second to line up a perfect shot on the enemy, and deals it can go up to 3000 range, and the damage it deals is 700 at max rank, plus 2 bonus AD, bonus percentage of her AD, as physical damage, but other enemy champions can get in the way of it, as always. This entire change is meant to help her be a very good sieger, in the same vein as like Azir and Veigar in the mid lane. So these champions are all about zone control. Caitlyn is now the zone control AD carry, which is very nice in my opinion. Personally, is this going to be a very strong change to it? Yes, but I don't feel like she's going to be picked up as much. Well, at all really, as she currently is. She's going to be about the same. The next little change is to our favourite little Yordle in the AD carry position. It's none other than our fabulous little guy of Corky. So Corky has had a very interesting change in my opinion. So all of his basic attacks now deal 10% bonus damage, and half of his damage is actually converted into magic damage, which is actually really fucking strong. So if he's facing someone that's building full tank, for example, Malphite, he should now be able to destroy these champions very fucking quickly. He also has a new passive called The Package, which actually reloads every 5 minutes, but it is delivered at the additional 8 minutes at the start of the game. So what is this package, basically? Well, it actually affects his W. A special delivery gives Corky allows him to fire a lot greater distance, and the bombs that drop when he does this knock the enemy away and leaves a burning trail for 5 seconds. So it's basically just like his normal W. The trail slows his enemies by 90% and burns them up to 100 plus 1.5 as bonus AD and 0.2 bonus AP magic damage per second, which is fucking mental. So as the passive on its own, when he does pick it up, it actually gains up to 40% movement speed before he uses his W, and this can only be used for a certain amount of time. Once it's ran out, it instantly gets destroyed if he doesn't use his W. This change, I do like the change of his W. It's not going to affect him too much. It's just a very nice change. But overall, I do think this is going to be very interesting. The next little change about Corky, that is not much, but is Q, E, and Ultimate now deals a bit more AP damage because of the fact that his passive actually gives him a bit more AP. It converts a lot of his AD to AP, which is actually very nice. Okay, so you guys have been wondering, who is going to be the dominating AD carry of Season 6? Well, it's going to be none other than Graves, in my opinion. Graves has had a fucking huge buff. So, first of all, his passive. His passive has been changed very interestingly. His passive is called New Destiny. So what does it do? Well, first of all, he has a thing called Double Barrel. Graves must reload when he runs out of ammo, and attack speed reduces this reload time by quite a lot. So he only has 2 bullets in his mag, and he has to shoot twice and then he has to reload, which is a little bit annoying. I've had this shot on the PBE and it's very fucking annoying early game. Late game it's not that bad, it's just early game it's very fucking annoying. His next thing, 12 gauge. Attacks fire 4 bullets, 8 on critical strike, and I've seen some things saying that it's up to 10 if you're using the IE, which is quite mental. And the units take from 75 to 100%, 110% attack damage, plus 25 up to 33% for the additional bullets. And the structures take 25% less damage from this. This means the closer you are, the more damage this is going to do. It could do a lot of fucking damage. The next change to him is Buckshot. Buckshot means his bullets can't pass through units, which means if the enemy's champion are not dumb as fuck and they hide behind the minions, your autos can't hit them, which is really fucking stupid in my opinion. I actually don't like this change, but for everything else that he has received in a buff, this is the only little downfall that for him, which actually means that overall, I actually think he's going to be a lot stronger, just other than this little minor little detail within his kit. So because his Q is now his auto attacks, because that's what it basically is, he now has a new Q. So he fires a powdered round that deals up to 140 damage plus 0.75 bonus AD as physical damage to enemies in a straight line. After 2 seconds, or if it hits terrain, the little bullet casing he fires then deals 350 plus 1.2 AD based on rank physical damage to all nearby enemies, which is really fucking stupid. It's a bit like Vel'Koz's Q, where it's a bit of a T, but it's not as long range, the T bit at the end. It's a lot shorter range, and this should now help him poke the champions when they're hiding behind the minions. Instead of auto-attacking, use your Q. As for his other abilities, they're not changed. They're still the same thing. Now, his old passive, True Grit, is now on his E. I'm not going to really talk about that, but it's now on his E. Also, about his E, if he uses his E, he now gets one shot extra, so he instantly reloads a shell for allowed to use his auto attack. And his ultimate has a small change where if he uses his ultimate, he now gets knocked back a little bit. Other than that, everything else practically the same. So, the next change is to Kog'Maw. So, Kog'Maw has received, in my opinion, a very, very interesting little change. So, his Q, not interesting. E, not interesting. His ultimate is a little bit interesting, where it now deals bonus damage based on how much health they have. So, the less health they have, the more damage it does. But the thing that makes Kog'Maw different is his W. So, his W costs 40 mana, and it can have up to 77-second cooldown. For 6 seconds, Kog'Maw's basic attacks gain up to 210 bonus range. He gains 100% attack speed, and his spells cast times are halved. He deals 70. He deals 55 damage to non-minions. However, he deals 1.25% per 100 AD and plus 0.75% per 100 AP of the target's maximum health as magic damage, and his attack speed is doubled, which means he can have his cap doubled as well, up to 5%. Holy shit. This is such a huge buff to Kog'Maw, and this actually amplifies the whole idea of a glass-based AD carry. He can destroy teams in seconds, but himself can get destroyed in mere seconds as well. So, basically, if you're running a Kog'Maw comp and you can keep your Kog'Maw alive, the enemy is completely fucked. Literally, they are fucked. This change to Kog'Maw I love, and I can't wait to play this out. So, the next two changes I'm going to talk about are basically tiny changes. So, first of all, MF. MF has received a very, very small change in my opinion. Nothing to really make her that dominant in this season. But basically, her passive now is called Love Tap, and she deals 50 to 100% total AD bonus damage to if she hits a new target, and this damage is halved damaged if it's dealt to minions. This little change to her, it's not that big, but it should still make her a little bit better in my opinion. And the final change I'm going to talk about in today's video is to the power of Quinn. So Quinn has had a little small change there and there. A Q actually now allows her to proc her passive, which is nice, which is what we always wanted. However, her ultimate has received a huge change. Her ultimate now longer allows her to change to Valor, so Valor has all the abilities, a bit of an upgrade. So she's no longer an assassin-based AD carry. That's completely gone. However, her ultimate now is at max rank 0 mana. At first it's 100, then 50 and 0. It has a 3-second cooldown. And now Quinn calls down Valor to assist her. After 2 seconds of channeling, they ignite, gaining up to 130 bonus movement speed and the ability to cast Sky Strike at the ending of the attack team. Taking champion or turret damage takes off this tag team, or using an ability auto attacking also removes this ability. Now Sky Strike has been nerfed quite significantly because of the fact that she can actually keep on spamming her ultimate now. So it's been huge nerfed, but that's not the important thing. The fact that she can get around the map in mere seconds is the greatest thing ever. Is this change going to affect her? Not really in the AD carry position. But if you're playing her in the mid lane, well, GG to anyone in fucking top lane or AD carry or support or even the jungle, because she's going to get around the map fucking instantly. She doesn't need a teleport. She gets to your fucking lane in seconds, which is nice. So that's basically everything I wanted to cover in today's video. Overall, I'm actually really happy with these changes in overall in the entire game, to be fully honest. These changes should allow AD carries to be a little bit stronger in some areas, a little bit weaker in others, but it should make every single AD carry feel different, which is the important part. So, as you guys should know, thank you all for watching today's video. I'm sorry this has gone for a bit long. I'm actually looking at the recording and it's actually gone for 40 minutes. I'll most likely cut this down to 2, covering each part. But anyway guys, hope you've all enjoyed today's video. I'm now going to jump off and go and play the preseason, because this is what I fucking want. As always, expect new videos coming out, and the preseason update should come out on the Wednesday. So I'm going to hop on the PBE. I'm going to have some fun with these changes before they hit live servers. So yeah, anyway guys, thank you all for watching today's video. As always, do the normal YouTubey stuff, and I'll see you all next time. Until then everyone, bye bye!